Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello everyone, today on Good Morning Maine, we'll bring you the details on a fatal fire in Reed Field that also left one person with serious injuries. Plus, a ramp closure in Bangor is happening this morning. Drivers may need to find alternate routes. And many different Hancock County organizations are coming together to collect donations and non-perishable items for those in need. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop. Craig Colson is off for the day. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. And as always, we thank you for joining us. We hope you had a great weekend and Easter Sunday. And the good news is the weather is looking better today than it was yesterday. Let's start off with a first check of our forecast. Chase Ropanek joins us now.
Thank you very much. Your first weather today is brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, so for today, our temperature's starting off near freezing, and we're not going to get much warmer out there. Pretty cloudy skies out there for today. A few pockets of sunshine cannot be ruled out, but looking at highs in the low to mid 40s here in Bangor. Same for your coastline, a little bit warmer there. You can get near the mid 40s, 46, maybe even 47 degrees down near Portland, but much cooler up north for today. Low to mid 30s. Some of us spending the day below freezing out there with a few flurries possible as well. So you're going to see a lot of the cloud cover up north for today. You'll have better pockets of sunshine here in the Bangor region, but you can see there's a few flurries possible out there, maybe sprinkles if we get that in the Bangor region with highs in the 40s. Here you can see around 3 o'clock a little bit of sunshine out there as well, and the skies will clear heading into tonight with some cooler temperatures back in the forecast. We may have another system on the way for your Tuesday, but the question is it going to be too dry for any of that precipitation to reach the surface? So out there for today as well on the backside of the system that impacted us for your Easter Sunday, winds gusting near 25 to 30 miles per hour for this morning into the afternoon hours. Once we head into this evening into tonight, the winds will die back down. That's going to allow for those cooler temperatures to make their way back into your Tuesday morning. So throughout your afternoon for today, pretty cloudy skies out there. Will be most cloudy right around noon to 1 p.m. Can see a few pockets of sunshine out there for today and a few flurries or sprinkles as well.
Thank you, Chase. We'll see you a little later on. Well, first this morning, a Medford man is fighting for his life after being hit by a passing vehicle on I-95 while assisting a fellow motorist a few weeks ago. His family has been by his side as he remains in critical condition, and now the community is showing up for him too. Our Grace Blanchard leads us off this morning.
The last few weeks have definitely been the easiest I can explain as a nightmare.
A nightmare for Scott Thibodeau and his family. On the evening of March 23rd, the Medford man stopped on I-95 to assist an 18-year-old driver who had lost control in the snowy conditions. That's when authorities say he was struck by a passing vehicle that also lost control.
I actually witnessed the accident. I was there too. So I see that when I go to sleep.
His family says Thibodeau shielded the young driver, but he sustained life-threatening injuries.
He's still, sedated and on a breathing tube, so.
According to his family and friends, Thibodeau is incredibly active in the area's automotive community. Now the community is coming together to support him.
He put himself in harm's way to save another person, and we are just trying to raise money to help his medical bills.
Dozens gathered for a benefit car meet on Sunday, which featured Scott's signature truck.
Scott being such a big part of the automotive community and the mud runs and everything, it was something kind of like we needed to do.
This event just proves how much he really is loved.
He just celebrated his 55th birthday from the ICU. Scott's wife Janice says his road to recovery will be long and uncertain, but the massive wave of support has given them strength.
I'm hoping that all of this feedback that we're getting to be able to show him on his healing journey will make him realize and understand that he really did do something important.
A Facebook page has been created to document his healing journey. That's where you can also find a GoFundMe.
The amount of appreciation is never something I'm going to be able to repay, so thank you is literally the best I've got.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, in other news this morning, one person is dead while another is at a local hospital in serious condition following a house fire in Reedfield. The Reedfield Fire Department responded to a home on Plains Road in Reedfield on Friday night that was heavily involved in fire. According to the Department of Public Safety, neighbors were assisting 74-year-old Gerald Wentworth, an occupant who escaped from the second-floor window. Authorities say the man advised firefighters that his wife, 75-year-old Carolyn Wentworth, was still inside the home, but firefighters were unable to enter the home to rescue her due to heavy fire conditions. The State Fire Marshal's office responded to the scene, and just before 2 o'clock on Saturday morning, authorities say investigators found Carolyn Wentworth dead in debris in the area where she had been sleeping. She was transported to the Chief Medical Examiner's office to determine the cause of her death. Gerald Wentworth is currently in serious condition at an Augusta hospital, according to the Department of Public Safety. Investigators returned to the scene to determine the origin and cause of fire. They say that investigation remains ongoing. Well, a fire in Oakland displaced over a dozen people. Crews responded to a residence on South Alpine Road just after 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Authorities say the structure was a large apartment building and a fire broke out near a dryer in one apartment. Due to the building's age and the extent of damage, they believe it will be a total loss. 13 individuals were living there. One person was transported to a local hospital with injuries from smoke inhalation. When we spoke with the Oakland Fire Captain, Anthony Thibodeau, on Saturday afternoon, he couldn't at the time verify the well-being of all of the pets involved. Due to the intensity of the fire, a third alarm was called, garnering a sizable mutual aid response.
We used a lot of the career departments surrounding us. We used Waterville, Smithfield, Sydney, Belgrade, Rome, Winslow, Fairfield, and Augusta.
The Red Cross is helping those who were displaced. The Maine Fire Marshal's office is investigating that fire as well. Well, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has released new information regarding the death of a 1-year-old girl in Milford back in late December. 1-year-old Eleanor McLaughlin was found dead at a Milford home on December 28th, and few details have been made public. But new information released by the Chief Medical Examiner's office says the child's cause of death was hypothermia and the matter of death was ruled accidental. Maine State Police are investigating the death as dictated by law. Well, authorities are working to figure out who is responsible for a threatening phone call that forced Mount Desert Island High School into lockdown on Friday. That call prompted a large law enforcement response and panic among students and parents. Our Alex Schley with that story.
This came from an anonymous call that they were outside with an AR-15.
The front office person, as soon as she heard that, she engaged the panic button.
As soon as I heard a lockdown, heart dropped, everyone scattered to the back of the room. It was insane.
At 9:30 Friday morning, first responders were dispatched to Mount Desert Island High School after administrators received what law enforcement initially believed was a credible threat.
First indication we had was somebody was outside the school property, so basically we cleared what we could, set up a perimeter.
While law enforcement worked to secure the campus, parents began learning about the situation.
My son messaged me and said, "Mom, there was an announcement saying this is not a drill. We are in active lockdown." He said, and we had to run under tables.
Students and staff remained in lockdown for nearly 45 minutes until investigators determined the threat was not credible. Officials say students were then moved to the gym as law enforcement conducted a secondary sweep of the property. Investigators say they have tracked the call to a number that has been linked to similar threats made at schools across the country.
So we reach out to state and federal partners for that because it probably didn't originate from within the state of Maine. So reaches far beyond our jurisdiction. So we'll be working with them probably in the next weeks, months, as far as trying to track down exactly where the threat came from.
Officials say the investigation remains open and ongoing, but there is no known threat to the public. School administrators say counseling service will be available for students when they return to school Monday. Mount Desert Island, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office has been working to crack down on drug trafficking in the community with multiple busts in recent weeks. Our Callie Warren spoke with Penobscot County Sheriff Troy Morton and has that story.
It will continue to be our mission to target individuals that are trafficking in these dangerous drugs, and we're going to have a zero tolerance of that here in our county.
The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office has had their hands full with several drug busts so far this year, many involving alleged out-of-state dealers. Sheriff Troy Morton says it's thanks in part to concerned citizens reporting suspicious activity.
Although it seems like it's an uptick for us, it's really, unfortunately, it's been very steady for our agency. There's a great connection between our office and the community and folks wanting to be able to share information.
Morton says they receive dozens of calls, emails, and tips per day, adding to their efforts to keep community members safe.
There's a lot of folks coming in from out of state with drugs that they don't even often know what is mixed with them and cut within those substances.
Morton says busts like these likely save lives for those with substance use disorder, where the drugs they're accessing could be even more dangerous than they expect.
Sometimes they have no clue of what they're using when they think it might be one particular drug at a percentage level, and it's something completely different.
Sheriff Morton says that anybody with concerns about the prevalence of drugs in their community can simply go online and submit a tip. And on the Penobscot Sheriff's Department mobile app, it only takes a few clicks.
Working together is the most important thing that we can do.
In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the manhunt for a suspect who shot a police officer in a rural New Hampshire town has come to an end. Authorities say 38-year-old Matthew Massey of Raymond, New Hampshire, was shot dead during an exchange of gunfire with police late on Saturday night. Everything began when Raymond police say they received calls at around 2 p.m. for a man firing gunshots at his family. When officers arrived, Massey began firing at police, hitting and injuring one officer. Massey then fled the scene, prompting shelter-in-place orders and large-scale search efforts, footage of which is now on your screen. Officers made contact with Massey in a wooded area at around 10 o'clock on Saturday night, not far from Ham Road, where the incident began. When they attempted to take him into custody, authorities say there was an exchange of gunfire between Massey and the officers. Following that exchange, Massey was found dead. The New Hampshire Attorney General says an autopsy has been scheduled for earlier this week. The officer who was shot at the home is being treated in a local hospital there with non-life-threatening injuries. Raymond is 16 miles east of Manchester, New Hampshire. Well, the time now is 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a bill approved by the legislature aims to increase accessibility with solar power for Maine homes. We'll have the latest. But first, let's take another look at our forecast. For today, we have a chance of flurries and sprinkles with mostly cloudy skies with highs around 43 degrees. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy with temperatures dipping down to the low 20s. And for tomorrow, much of the same thing with highs around 38. We'll be right back.
Hell, this has been the most traumatizing experience of our lives.
Actress Melissa Gilbert speaks out on the charges against her husband, actor-director Timothy Busfield, of sexual misconduct with a child actor.
Why speak out now? It's time.
On Good Morning America.
At the County Federal Credit Union, we value the trust our members place in us to act in their best interest. Whether it's providing low rates on consumer loans or raising money to end hunger, we work hard to serve our members and the communities in which they live. We are excited to bring the meaningful and impactful work we do to all Mainers as we continue to grow. Wherever you are in life's journey, count on the county to be your financial partner.
Carhartt, clothing that works as hard as you do. We've got it. Miller's Workshop, for brands that work.
A bad job for someone who counts slow.
A stripper, Steve.
Wait a minute! 31, 32.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
When you combine a fast-paced word game,
4 of them make $1.
Hoarders, hosted by Leah Remini.
What is swing? Did you just say what is?
Yes.
You just realized you're not on Jeopardy. Okay.
You've got People Puzzler.
Weekdays at 10 on ABC 7.
Changes to normal traffic patterns in Bangor are beginning early this morning and happening right now. The Department of Transportation is closing the ramp from northbound Route 202 to westbound I-395 from 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. for a concrete deck replacement. They say drivers heading northbound on Route 202 toward I-395 should use exit 3B onto Main Street and take the next ramp to get onto I-395 westbound. Message boards are in place to advise about this closure, and this information can also be found on our website. Maine Attorney General Aaron Frey has joined a coalition of 24 attorney generals and 1 governor in suing President Trump, challenging what Frey calls Trump's unlawful executive order. He says that order attempts to interfere with states' constitutional authority to administer elections by restricting voter eligibility and mail-in voting to lists of voters pre-authorized by the federal government. In the order, the president threatened states and election officials with criminal prosecution and the loss of federal funding if they don't comply with his demands. The attorney generals argue that the order would require states to act contrary to their own voting procedures, systems, and voter registration laws. In a statement, Frey said, quote, "This executive order, with its call for the creation of a national voter list and executive branch control over how absentee ballots are mailed, is further evidence of this president's assault on our long-standing democratic process," end quote. Maine Secretary of State Shenna Bellows, who is Maine's top election official, also weighed in, saying, quote, "There is no question this executive order is unconstitutional, laughably so. There is also no question that it will be soundly defeated in court," end quote. Well, at the State House, there's a bill in the Maine legislature that aims to be more than just another drop in the bucket of funding for unhoused services. Our Doug Banks spoke with an executive director in Aroostook County who would be a recipient of this proposed funding.
We need something to sustain us.
A downward trend is promising, but the issue of homelessness in Maine is still prevalent. That includes the biggest county east of the Mississippi River.
Homelessness in Aroostook County is becoming more prevalent.
Carrie Bradstreet has been the executive director of homeless services of Aroostook for 3 years and has worked in this field for 13 years.
It found me.
In 2025, she says they served 145 people in its lower barrier program, 90 people, including 30 children, in its higher barrier family program. And last winter season, 100 people were served in its warming shelter.
90% of them come right here from Aroostook County.
She also says as they watch those numbers rise, they're also working with a budget deficit. Last year, she says their annual budget was between $700,000 and $800,000. Around $600,000 went to paying its staff. But there's a bill in the Maine legislature aiming to be more than a drop in the bucket of funding for unhoused services. LD 2124 would redirect just under 2% of real estate transfer tax revenue to Maine shelters, bringing thousands of dollars and sustainable funding through the doors of homeless services of Aroostook.
We're not looking at closing our doors at all. This bill is really advocating for ongoing revenue because if something doesn't change, we could be facing closure.
Bradstreet says those funds would cover its staffing and operational costs.
It would definitely be a way to keep our doors open long term, but also it would not fluctuate. Like we wouldn't have to come to the state house every single year saying we need money, we need money, we need money. It would be able to put it on the books and take care of one of the most vulnerable populations.
Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the Maine House of Representatives has passed legislation that expands access to vaccines here in Maine. Representative Sally Clutchy sponsored LD 2071, which splits Maine's vaccine policy from the federal government. Clutchy says, quote, "Last summer, the federal government made it more difficult for healthy adults, pregnant women, and children to get vaccines. This bill removes those barriers by allowing pharmacists to write the prescriptions required by the federal government, an ordinance from nationally recognized scientific organizations," end quote. Patients may not receive vaccines like a tetanus booster or shingles vaccine during a routine exam. She says allowing pharmacists to administer such vaccines would help patients get timely and accessible care. The bill faces further votes in the House and the Senate. Well, meanwhile, a bill just approved by the Maine legislature aims to increase accessibility for solar power for Maine homes. Our Alexa Kennedy with that story.
The Maine legislature gave final approval to a bill Thursday that could expand access to small-scale solar energy for residents across the state. If signed into law, the legislation would allow Mainers to install compact plug-in solar panel systems at their homes with the help of an electrician. According to the Natural Resources Council of Maine, plug-in solar allows residents to take control of their energy use and lower their costs.
Mainers are looking for ways to save money, and they're looking for ways to do that themselves.
Advocates say the timing is critical as many Mainers struggle with rising electricity costs. Estimates suggest the systems could reduce a household's electricity demand by about 20% annually, saving nearly $400 per year.
This bill really puts the benefits of clean solar power straight into the hands of consumers, at a time when electricity prices are already very high.
Schultz says the bill would simplify the approval process required for larger rooftop installations. These systems are popular in Europe and have been updated to meet U.S. standards so they can plug into an outdoor outlet and produce energy at home.
Clean, cheap, renewable energy is the fastest, most reliable way for us to get off fossil fuels. And the sooner we get off fossil fuels, the better it is for the environment and the better it is for our pocketbooks, because it is fossil fuels that are driving these high costs of electricities.
If enacted, officials expect standards and codes for the systems to be released in the coming months, potentially making plug-in solar kits more widely available across Maine. Alexa Kennedy reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 6:21. After the break, a miracle on a Pennsylvania highway as a plane narrowly makes a descent. More on that ahead. Plus, the Easter holiday brought some closures, but one local bakery was all hands on deck. Those stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
I got hurt in a car accident. Why should I call the twos?
Because when you're hurt, you need money. And I don't take tiny checks. I get my clients big checks. I got a client who injured their wrist, a big check for $185,000. Another client broke their collarbone, and I also got them a big check for $400,000.
Don't take a tiny check for your car wreck. Call the twos.
Hurt in a car accident? I'm your go-to guy.
It's back, Bangor. The Greater Bangor Area Music Showcase returns with the fan favorite music off Broadway. Join Roger George and his talented musicians for an unforgettable show, all to support Rotary's work in our local community. Saturday, April 11th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, April 12th at 3 p.m. Getting your tickets is easy. Just scan the QR code on your screen. Bring your friends, bring your family, and enjoy a show that makes a difference. Don't miss it.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, Easter brought a wave of closures, but a local bakery crew was in the kitchen before dawn to offer specialty treats for their customers. Sweet Cheeks Bakery on Verona Island welcomed the holiday business, spending the last 2 weeks preparing Easter-themed treats, including Cadbury egg fudge and lots of carrot cake. According to the head baker and bakery manager, the business has been challenged by the rising cost of products like cocoa, resulting in a slight increase in prices. However, they have continued to prioritize affordability for their customers and were grateful to be a piece of many people's holiday.
Food is a way to connect people, and I love being this connected to our community. And I know that everybody working here just tries so hard and loves this community, and we just want to see you guys be happy.
The bakery opened in 2021 and has since expanded to Holden, Ellsworth, and has recently opened a diner in Bucksport. Hooper says they are preparing for the upcoming tourism season and are looking for some sweet additions to their team. Well, 16 Hancock County organizations are coming together for the good of their community. From now until April 11th, a county-wide food drive is aiming to collect donations of non-perishable goods, essential household items, and cash for those in need. Organizers say 20% of children in Hancock County live in households that are food insecure. By partnering with several nonprofits, they hope to ease that burden through community generosity.
So we're here today to raise awareness of the hunger challenges across Hancock County.
For every $1, it can buy at least $3 worth of food because they can buy it wholesale.
For information on how to support the food drive, visit this story on our website at foxbangor.com. The time now is 6:24. Let's get a full look at our forecast. Meteorologist Chase Ropanek is in with the latest.
Thank you very much. Your main weather today is also brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, so temperatures starting out a little bit above freezing for us, and we're going to reach into the low to mid 40s for today as clouds begin to cover the region again. We can see a few pockets of sunshine out there. Otherwise, sprinkles or flurries are going to be across the state for today as we begin to dry out as well. So for much of March, we were up and down with those spring-like temperatures right into your April 1st. We saw a 50-degree day, but temperature has been pretty uniform since then. So I'll take a step back here to show you our temperature history over the past month or so. So as we continue throughout much of April, it's not going to be so much uniform. A few more up and down temperatures are in the forecast for this week. So we're going to be cooling off into the upper 30s for your Tuesday. Maybe a little bit of rain and snow out there once again, but then we do see the temperatures begin to increase Thursday and the Friday. Low 50s for Thursday, upper 50s for Friday, and then hanging out in the mid to upper 50s for your weekend as well as we get more of an active spring-like pattern once again late into this week with some more rainfall in the forecast. But we'll see some sunshine ahead of that. But for today, it's cloudy skies out there. That's the name of the game with windy conditions, looking at gusts near 25 to 30 miles per hour this afternoon because of the backside of the system now making its way through the area. Looking to stay pretty dry out there, maybe a few sprinkles or flurries, and otherwise temperatures, or excuse me, wind speeds will be dying down throughout this evening into tonight. Maybe some breezy winds along your coastline for your Tuesday afternoon. So here we are for tonight, or this afternoon. We're going to see a few clouds out there into tonight. This evening, you're going to see some pockets of sunshine, making for a great sunset out there. Clearing skies tonight and winds going light will drop the temperatures once again. And here we are for your Tuesday morning into the afternoon hours. Looks like a big system on the way, right? Well, dew points are still going to struggle getting above that 50% criteria that helps some precipitation fall. So again, this could most likely just stay as sprinkles and flurries for your Tuesday if the dry air stays in place. It looks to increase just into this time frame, just enough for some snow or rain to fall, because again, many models showing us reaching the upper 30s out there rather than being near freezing for that snow. So still a question mark in the air, but we will see the skies clear after those clouds pass by, and temperatures will be cool once again for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So highs today in the low to mid 40s. Pretty cloudy skies out there. A few flurries or sprinkles cannot be ruled out, but windy conditions out there. We got gusts near 25 to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. That will come down tonight with partly cloudy skies, staying dry, and lows hanging out in the low 20s. So for tomorrow, highs in the upper 30s. Again, a pretty big question mark for this day. Cloudy skies out there. Got the chance for flurries or sprinkles if the dew points come up. We used to see a few light snow showers or rain showers out there, again, with highs above freezing here in Bangor. So taking a look at your extended forecast, we're going to be pretty sunny once we get past Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the Friday. Plenty of sunshine, and the temperatures will get warmer each day. 52 for your Thursday, and looking close to 60 for your Friday.
This is your reminder to thank the friend who gets McDonald's breakfast for the group while everyone else sleeps in.
Get our big breakfast with hotcakes for just $5 and an iced coffee for $1.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Fire, water, storm damage, and even mold. We take care of you from cleanup to construction 24/7. When disaster strikes, tell your insurance company you want Penobscot Cleaning Services.
My name is Rebecca Babrot, and I'm studying my master's in social work at the University of Maine. After high school, I went to college in upstate New York, but then got involved with life and family, so I had a college education but no degree. When I first thought about going back to school, it seemed really intimidating. One of the great things about an online program is that you can combine studying as part of your day. I'm actually studying right now. It's such a great feeling to have made myself important in the process and to continue my education.
Step into a story that's funny, touching, and deeply human. Winterport Open Stage presents The Dining Room by A.R. Gurney. This unique production blends a series of scenes into a heartfelt look at family and tradition. Performances run May 1st, 2nd, 8th, and 9th at 7 p.m., with matinees May 3rd and 10th at 3 p.m. at Samuel Wagner Middle School in Winterport. For tickets, visit winterportopenstage.net or find Winterport Open Stage on Facebook.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Grab any size iced coffee for $1.29 and pair it with a bagel sandwich.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Now to the war with Iran, President Trump issuing a new threat on Easter Sunday, saying he will blow up the entire country if they do not reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The closure has led to a surging oil prices and gas prices. It comes after that daring rescue. ABC's Olivia Rubin with more.
Today, President Trump's deadline rapidly approaching, warning Iran to make a deal or face crushing attacks on its infrastructure.
If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard.
The president issuing a profanity-laden social media post warning Iran will be living in hell if they do not reopen the Strait of Hormuz by tomorrow night, writing, Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, all wrapped up in one. Democrats slamming the president's rhetoric.
This is all embarrassing and juvenile, and it's people trying to act like they're puffed up and tough when what we really see from the administration in this war is the absence of a plan, the absence of a clear rationale, no effort to get allies on board, and thus deep unpopularity of this war with the American public.
If it's civilian infrastructure, which of course could affect things like water treatment plants, hospitals, then many would argue that that's not a valid military target and against international law.
Iran has choked off the critical waterway used to transport nearly 20% of the world's oil supply. The average gallon in the U.S. passing $4, diesel surging beyond $5. Some companies hiking airfare and slapping on shipping charges as a result. Iran vowing to retaliate if Trump takes that step, a spokesperson saying, "We would react in kind." It comes after the U.S. carried out a daring rescue mission, successfully finding the second crew member of an F-15E fighter jet downed over Iran. The crew member trapped in the Iranian mountains for nearly 2 days. Trump in a post on social media saying the colonel sustained injuries but will, quote, be just fine.
And President Trump now not ruling out putting boots on the ground in Iran. He's also set to hold a press conference today on that dramatic rescue. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
With the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran now entering its 6th week, the economic and political impacts of the conflict continue being felt at home and abroad. The escalating fighting in the Middle East is playing out as the Russian war on Ukraine has been lasting more than 4 years now. And with Russia sending upgraded drones used in the Ukraine war to Iran, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is hoping his country's knowledge about intercepting the blasts can help protect countries near Tehran. Fox News' Ted Linder reports on the latest.
With U.S. and Israeli strikes continuing across Iran for more than a month now, the evolving conflict is triggering growing concerns for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
We have to recognize that we are not the priority for today.
President Zelensky says he fears a longer fight in the Middle East will chip away at remaining American support for Ukraine. This as his country keeps trying to ward off the more than 4-year-long Russian invasion.
I'm afraid long war will give us less support.
Officials in Ukraine say they're in critical need of more U.S.-made Patriot defense systems to help intercept Russian strikes. It comes as Ukrainian and Russian forces traded fire over the weekend, including a Saturday night Russian drone attack on the northeastern Ukrainian city of Sumy and a Ukrainian strike in a town in southeast Russia. President Zelensky maintains land concessions to Russia will not be up for debate.
We need to stop them, make ceasefire, make strong security guarantees, and then push it to diplomacy.
Meanwhile, previous reports from U.S. officials indicate Russia is sending upgraded drones into Iran. In an effort to bolster support for Ukraine, President Zelensky is offering to share defense strategies his country has been using to counteract similar attacks with the U.S. and its allies.
We have evidence, and we are sure 100% that Russia helps now Iranians in this war to attack Middle East countries. We know it, we shared what we know.
Ted Lindner, Fox News.
Now to Pennsylvania and something drivers don't see every day. Here's ABC's Hannah Battah.
I've got partial loss of power.
A heart-stopping dive directly into morning traffic on a Pennsylvania highway. Dashcam video captures the moment a small plane drops out of the sky, touching down on Interstate 78 near Allentown.
Looks like you're descending. The highway's just off your right. Yeah, I don't want to land on the highway. In that area, the highway's the best thing I got.
Running out of options and altitude, the 65-year-old pilot from Michigan brought the plane down into the eastbound lanes, safely dodging Saturday traffic.
His wings were literally from almost the center median to the grass on the other side. He didn't look like he was freaking out. He was just looking straight ahead.
The flight had just taken off from New Jersey en route to Indiana before suffering engine problems. Traffic was detoured for hours while crews towed the aircraft to a nearby airport.
This is probably the best possible outcome for this type of incident that we could see. And everybody worked together, I think, very well to do something that we don't run into every day.
Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, the Artemis crew is just hours away from the moon this morning. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
When it comes to your home, go to the source. Go to R&B's Home Source in Madison. R&B's Home Source has home comfort, convenience, and savings all wrapped up in one location. From the living room to the dining room to the bedroom, we have some of the best values in furniture and bedding. For the kitchen, R&B's Home Source has top-notch appliances from fridges to ranges, even washers and dryers. And sit back and relax with quality electronics. We service everything we sell too. For your home, go to the source. R&B's Home Source, Lakewood Road, Madison.
Are you in need of remodeling your bathroom? Want to convert your tub into a safe walk-in shower? Call the experts at Bangor Bathrooms by Design now. They offer complete bathroom remodels, and from start to finish, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call them now and save thousands. 659-6457. Enjoy that brand new bathroom you've always wanted from Bangor Bathrooms by Design. Transforming bathrooms, elevating lives.
When the unexpected happens.
Really?
We'll get you running again. Uninterrupted. Together, we're United. United Ag and Turf, your local John Deere dealer.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Now let's turn things right back over to meteorologist Chase Ropanek.
Thank you very much. Your first weather today is brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, so for today, our temperature's starting off near freezing, and we're not going to get much warmer out there. Pretty cloudy skies out there for today. A few pockets of sunshine cannot be ruled out, but looking at highs in the low to mid-40s here in Bangor. Same for your coastline, a little bit warmer there. You can get near the mid-40s, 46, maybe even 47 degrees down near Portland, but much cooler up north for today. Low to mid-30s. Some of us spending the day below freezing out there with a few flurries possible as well. So you're going to see a lot of the cloud cover up north for today. You'll have better pockets of sunshine here in the Bangor region, but you can see there's a few flurries possible out there, maybe sprinkles if we get that in the Bangor region with highs in the 40s. Here you can see around 3 o'clock a little bit of sunshine out there as well, and the skies will clear headed into tonight with some cooler temperatures back in the forecast. We may have another system on the way for your Tuesday, but the question is it going to be too dry for any of that precipitation to reach the surface? So out there for today as well on the backside of the system that impacted us for your Easter Sunday, winds gusting near 25 to 30 miles per hour for this morning into the afternoon hours. Once we head into this evening into tonight, the winds will die back down. That's going to allow for those cooler temperatures to make their way back into your Tuesday morning. So throughout your afternoon for today, pretty cloudy skies out there. Will be most cloudy right around noon to 1 p.m. Can see a few pockets of sunshine out there for today and a few flurries or sprinkles as well.
Thank you, Chase. Still to come here this morning, Jack Webb with sports. Don't go away.
Who has the best kept secret in Penobscot County?
We do!
Welcome to Maple Lane Farms, a fifth-generation family farm that's committed to providing you with the best quality products. Our farm-raised local and sustainable meat is flash frozen to lock in the freshness and natural flavors. Experience the top-notch quality of our meat that's naturally raised without any antibiotics or hormones. Get the best of both worlds, quality and affordability. Try Maple Lane Farms today, the candy store for the carnivore.
Need a driveway paved or an entire road surfaced? Give Eaton Paving and Excavation a call. Eaton Paving offers a full line of excavation packages, from new home projects to new and replacement septics and driveways. We also install new shoreland and do shoreland repairs. Our operators have more than 75 years combined experience, and we have been delivering quality, professional service for nearly 3 decades. We strive to exceed your expectations. Give us a call today at 207-348-5630 or visit us at EatonPaving.com.
Our son is 29 now, and he was diagnosed with autism when he was about 17. And as a parent, you don't really know how to parent a child with special needs, and it's been quite a long journey. I'm really happy that Senator Collins helped pass the Autism Cares Act, giving more funding towards research for autism.
We really appreciate Senator Collins being an advocate for autism.
Thank you, Senator Collins, for delivering when it matters most.
ABC 7 and Fox 22's Jack Webb named Maine's Sportscaster of the Year by the National Sports Media Association.
Welcome back in, folks. Baseball season is just a few short days away, and the Hamden Academy Broncos are looking to make a run at their first ever state title. I caught up with the team earlier this week.
We can't wait to get on the field and see what we got.
Baseball season is officially back, and the Hamden Academy Broncos are ready to get back on the diamond in just a few short days. The Broncos have been hard at work warming up the gloves and bats ahead of their first game. Head coach John Perry and senior pitcher Ashton O'Rourke say what stands out the most so far is how this team has embraced the work they're being asked to put in.
They're very, very coachable, extremely coachable. They're buying into the skills that we're teaching them and how to get there.
I think it's the buy-in. It's been spectacular. Everyone's really giving 100% effort in everything we've done.
One of the main focuses for the Broncos during the preseason is ensuring they are mentally prepared for the road ahead.
It's mental discipline, you know. We try to avoid going through the motions. We try to get them, talked about yesterday, hitting with a purpose, doing drills with a purpose, getting 1% better a day.
Senior outfielder Gavin Monyoke says that mentality has already made an impact on this team.
Coach is just always pounding like baseball in our head, I feel like. But also I just feel like the whole team's morale has just been up.
The Broncos lost 10 starters from their quarterfinal team from last year, but with younger guys stepping in and stepping up, they remain optimistic that they can repeat or even surpass their success from last season.
Our freshmen and sophomores who have been called up to varsity, they are absolutely spectacular, and I think that Northern Maine is not prepared for what they're going to see.
Our hitting is going to be good, our fielding is going to be good, and our pitching will be good. We have a lot of upcoming talent from the JV guys that now are on varsity.
They have a lot of strong foundational-wise, like doing little things right, hustling, like stuff like that, doing little skills and drills the right way.
It's the culture that we've created, I think, in the juniors and seniors that we have, even some of the sophomores that we have. They know what the expectations are. The expectations are high.
The Broncos will seek their first ever state title this year. In Hamden, Max Sturm, ABC 7 and Fox 22 Sports.
Let's kick it over to the basketball court and check in with Cooper Flagg, who just exploded for 51 points in the Mavericks game versus the Orlando Magic. While the Mavericks have not won a ton of games this season, the bright side for this team is that year one of the Cooper Flagg era has been a major success. That success was put on display again on Friday night when Coop dropped a career-high 51 points in the Mavericks' loss to the Orlando Magic. Flagg also recorded 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals in the contest. The performance puts Coop alongside names like Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, and Allen Iverson on the list of rookies to record over 50 points in a single game, and the first to do it since Brandon Jennings in 2009. Flagg made it clear it was a lot of fun knocking down those shots, but he would have much rather had the win.
I mean, it was fun. You know, it's always fun getting into that type of mode. You know, the basket feels big. Your teammates are looking out for you, helping you out. But, you know, I love to win. So, you know, that was my main focus. And
big news for Boston fans as former Celtics head coach Doc Rivers has just been named a member of the class of 2026 Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. Rivers, of course, was the coach of the Celtics from 2004 up until 2013 and was at the helm during the Celtics' 2008 championship run. Rivers was also a player for 13 seasons and has coached elsewhere since his departure from Boston, most notably with the Clippers during the Lob City era, and is currently the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. Others named to the class of 2026 include Candace Parker, Amari Stoudemire, and Elena Del Dunn, and the induction ceremony will be held in August in Springfield, Massachusetts. Lastly, we'll bring it back to Orono, where the Maine Black Bears baseball team played the last of their 3 games with Bryant. Start this one in the first frame. It's going to be Bryant's Casey Wensley. He's able to steal second base early on, only runner on the plate for the Bulldogs, and he would advance to third, and this pitching mishap from the Black Bears allows Wensley to score the game's first run, and it's 1-0 Bulldogs. Still top of the first, Bulldogs with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Vaughn Larissa closes that door and Maine takes the plate. Another pitching mishap, this time by Bryant, allows Nick Pepe to go ahead and steal second. And then 2 straight batters hit by the pitch, set up Maine with the bases loaded. But again, they cannot capitalize as the final out is thrown. And apologies for the bad camera work here, but this double play by the Black Bears closes things out in the 3rd inning. And then in the 6th inning, we turn it over to the ESPN broadcast where the bases were loaded for the Black Bears, and they finally capitalize as Nick Pepe hammers one home for the grand slam, and Maine wins 5-2. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
The marathon of life can be challenging. Chores and responsibilities keep us from the things we once loved and the aspirations we set. But it's never too late to find your second wind. With an affordable, fully online program and advisors to help you along the way, you can cross the finish line when it works for you. Finish strong at the University of Maine.
From the heart of Maine, where rugged beauty meets timeless craftsmanship, Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, taming the outdoors through groundwork, retaining walls and seawalls, building custom fireplaces that become the centerpiece of your home, crafting granite steps and patios that invite you outdoors, designing hardscapes that turn yards into living spaces, built to last, crafted for life. Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, quality in every stone.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the day NASA's 4-person moon mission crew has been waiting for. As they fly around the moon, they will be the only humans able to witness a total solar eclipse. And they will set a new space distance record as well. ABC's Hannah Battaw also has that report.
The Artemis II crew is just hours away from the moon, a mission more than 50 years in the making.
It's a magnificent accomplishment to be up here, to see the moon, to see the Earth, and to know that we are between those two celestial bodies.
Today, the crew is expected to travel farther from Earth than any humans before them.
We will reach the farthest distance from Earth at a distance of 252,760 miles. That's 4,105 miles farther than Apollo 13.
Overnight, the crew completed a short course correction burn, fine-tuning Orion's trajectory as it entered the moon's gravitational zone and set a path to swing around the far side of the moon. During the flyby itself, the astronauts will work in rotating pairs, trading off about every hour to manage duties, taking photos, and gathering scientific data. The astronauts will capture images of craters and lava flows, places never seen by the naked eye. They'll also take photos of Earth and other planets visible in the distance. Mission Control's expecting a 40-minute communication blackout as Orion passes behind the moon. The crew is making final preparations, practicing with their survival suits, learning how to put them on and take them off in microgravity. These suits, built for the most dangerous moments, can help keep them alive for up to 6 days inside the capsule if needed.
If they had to spend extended time in those orange suits, how would they practice drinking their protein shake or delivering medication? And how would you set up the seats in Orion while you're wearing the bulky suits? These are things that they would need to do in a contingency, and we wanted to be able to practice these before if we found ourselves in a scenario where we would need to do them.
Hannah Battaw, ABC News, New York.
Now here's meteorologist Chase Ropanek with our full weather forecast.
Thank you very much. Your main weather today is also brought to you by Old Town Redemption Center, now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. All right, so temperatures starting out a little bit above freezing for us, and we're going to reach into the low to mid 40s for today as clouds begin to cover the region again. We can see a few pockets of sunshine out there. Otherwise, sprinkles or flurries are going to be across the state for today as we begin to dry out as well. So for much of March, we were up and down with those spring-like temperatures right into your April 1st. We saw a 50-degree day, but temperature has been pretty uniform since then. So I'll take a step back here to show you our temperature history over the past month or so. So as we continue throughout much of April, it's not going to be so much uniform. A few more up and down temperatures are in the forecast for this week. So we're going to be cooling off into the upper 30s for your Tuesday. Maybe a little bit of rain and snow out there once again, but then we do see the temperatures begin to increase Thursday and the Friday. Low 50s for Thursday, upper 50s for Friday, and then hanging out in the mid to upper 50s for your weekend as well as we get more of an active spring-like pattern once again late into this week with some more rainfall in the forecast. But we'll see some sunshine ahead of that. But for today, it's cloudy skies out there. That's the name of the game with windy conditions, looking at gusts near 25 to 30 miles per hour this afternoon because of the backside of the system now making its way through the area. Looking to stay pretty dry out there, maybe a few sprinkles or flurries, and otherwise temperatures, or excuse me, wind speeds will be dying down throughout this evening into tonight. Maybe some breezy winds along your coastline for your Tuesday afternoon. So here we are for tonight, or this afternoon. We're going to see a few clouds out there into tonight. This evening, you're going to see some pockets of sunshine, making for a great sunset out there. Clearing skies tonight and winds going light will drop the temperatures once again. And here we are for your Tuesday morning into the afternoon hours. Looks like a big system on the way, right? Well, dew points are still going to struggle getting above that 50% criteria that helps some precipitation fall. So again, this could most likely just stay as sprinkles and flurries for your Tuesday if the dry air stays in place. It looks to increase just into this time frame, just enough for some snow or rain to fall, because again, many models showing us reaching the upper 30s out there rather than being near freezing for that snow. So still a question mark in the air, but we will see the skies clear after those clouds pass by, and temperatures will be cool once again for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So highs today in the low to mid 40s. Pretty cloudy skies out there. A few flurries or sprinkles cannot be ruled out, but windy conditions out there. We got gusts near 25 to 30 miles per hour this afternoon. That will come down tonight with partly cloudy skies, staying dry, and lows lows hanging out in the low 20s. So for tomorrow, highs in the upper 30s. Again, a pretty big question mark for this day. Cloudy skies out there. Got the chance for flurries or sprinkles if the dew points come up. We used to see a few light snow showers or rain showers out there, again, with highs above freezing here in Bangor. So taking a look at your extended forecast, we're going to be pretty sunny once we get past Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the Friday. Plenty of sunshine, and the temperatures will get warmer each day. 52 for your Thursday, and looking close to 60 for your Friday.
Jonathan Bush. He's a battle-tested trailblazer who's created over 900 jobs in Maine.
The jobs that Jonathan brought to Belfast were really transformative for so many families.
Now Bush wants to shake up Augusta. He'll slash wasteful spending and cut property and income taxes. A $1 billion tax cut for hardworking Mainers.
Jonathan is a big thinker with big ideas, but he actually makes them happen.
I'm Jonathan Bush. I look forward to earning your vote.
A Stockton Springs artist with an eye for vivid colors and a love for nature is shaping memorable paintings celebrating Maine's beauty.
I was one of those, when I knew when I was like 6 or 7 years old that I would be doing this. So.
We'll introduce you to Peter Walls, Tuesday on ABC 7, News at 6.
Half-off deals are waiting for you at foxbangor.com. Click on half-off deals and see how much you can save only at foxbangor.com.
This is Maine. Wild, real, undeniably bold, with deep roots and endless horizons. From Acadia to Katahdin, from labs to lobster boats, this is where you push limits, explore new ideas, and discover your potential. So call it grit, call it pride, call it ingenuity. Whatever it is, you've got it. This is Maine. Claim your place.
You want to file free? Hit it. Don't wait. File before 4/15.
Nothing like a day in the job to remind you how quickly life can change.
Get out of there.
Get away from the gate!
We'll stay strong.
A metal artist in Las Vegas has crafted a massive sculpture that will soon take a journey all the way across the country. Kevin Stone has spent 19 months creating the world's largest steel dragon known as Goldspar. The 70-foot-long, 17,000-pound sculpture is headed to the medieval-themed Shire resort in Wisconsin. The dragon was named by the future owner's granddaughter. The handcrafted dragon is made up of thousands of steel components and even breathes fire. Stone's other creations include a Tree of Life sculpture and a 40-foot eagle. He moved his company from Canada to Las Vegas 2 years ago to be closer to his customers. Goldspar is about a week away from completion and will debut in the Wisconsin resort this May after being transported by 5 trucks. Well, that's all the time that we have left for this hour, but you can join us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22. Have a great day, everyone.
Season, baby, welcome to Maine. Roads get messy, but we don't complain. Winter's fading, spring's in between. It's our extra little season here in Maine. Tires spinning as the back roads flow. Sun shining, but the back roads say whoa.
half hour. They work well with our insurance company. They're very, very efficient, and all I have to do is call them any time of day. They're going to take care of me. Our business is our life, and that's why I don't hesitate to recommend them to other people.
I know that you're sitting right in front of me, but can I say hi to Douglas?
Obviously.
Hey, gorgeous. Hi, Douglas.
Douglas is making this interview super fun. When I rescued him, he was 8 weeks old.
I'm being licked right here.
Dougie's really the star.
Where does the dog go after the show?
My house.
Weekdays at 11 on Fox 22.
Good Morning Maine on WFVX, Fox 22. Great reports to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, we'll bring you the details on a fatal fire in Reedfield that also left one person with serious injuries. Plus, a ramp closure in Bangor is happening this morning. Drivers may need to find alternative routes. And many different Hancock County organizations are coming together to collect donations and non-perishable items for those in need. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop. Craig Colson is off for the day. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. And as always, we thank you for joining us. We hope you had a great weekend and Easter Sunday. And the good news is the weather looks like it may be a little bit better today than it was yesterday. Let's start off this morning by getting a first check of our forecast. Chase Ropanek joins us now.
Thank you very much. Your